All right. Welcome to our nursing friends. And let me know when you're ready. We can start with our blueberry pie. Ready? Okay. First, it's very, very easy. We're going to start with our crust. It is 1.5 cups of flour. So we're going to take our flour here and make 1.5 cups. We don't have to sift it or anything. Here's half. Here's another half. And what I'm using here is just a regular food processor. I do have a dough hook in there. Um Now, if you don't have a dough hook, it's okay. For many, many years, I've made my pie crust without a dough hook. Just a regular, I mean, not a dough hook, but the whole blade is really plastic and not the regular blade, but it works well anyway. So we have our 1.5 cups of flour. We're going to have 2 tablespoons of sugar, and we're also going to add half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm not going to measure the salt today. I'm going to use my own measuring device over here. There we go. There we go. Now it's half. And so what we're going to do is we need to mix our dry ingredients together first real quick. Don't forget to put this. And here we go. That's it. That's all we need to do here. And then we're going to be adding 6. I have to stop real quick here. I have to take out the pie out of the oven. I didn't have time to make one before ahead of time. Uh, but there's the pie. Did you guys miss the show or you showed up late? Oh, it's done. Just like in the movie, just like in the TV show. It's done. There you go. Look how good it is. All right. But seriously, so we're going to put it here and let it cool off. Anyway, let's get back here. So we're putting 6 tablespoons of cold butter. Uh, you need it to be cold, and the easiest way for you is you take this and you just mark it with your knife, and then you know where you're going to stop. But I'm not going to be putting the whole thing in. You want to put it like 1 tablespoon at a time because of how it's going to mix in there. And then also, not just put it all on top of each other. I'm separating them in different parts of our food processor. And then I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator to use it later for our yummy topping. Yum, yum, yum. And so after that, we did the 6 tablespoons. What I have here is 3 tablespoons of Crisco, and that I took them a little bit ahead out of. I took them out and put them in the refrigerator ahead of time. So now I'm going to put the Crisco here, and I'm also going to separate them. Again, these are 3 tablespoons of Crisco. The reason to use the Crisco is that's what makes the pie crust flaky. And I'm going to get a 1/4 cup of cold water. There we go. And our pie crust is almost ready. So what we're going to do is cover it, start it, and right away I'm going to slowly add in there our 1/4 cup of water. There you go. That's it. It's done. Our pie crust is ready to go in the refrigerator for a half hour. So how are we going to put it in the refrigerator? What I do is I use saran wrap just to use our regular household items here. I take saran wrap, put it here, and this one doesn't want to cut. Okay, there we go. A little camera shy today. All right. So what I'm going to do, see, let me show you here. I didn't show you earlier what I mean by not a, I called it a dough hook, but what I meant was instead of the blades, it's a plasticky thing for the dough that came with this food processor. So we're going to put it here, and this is how they're supposed to be. They are supposed to be crumbly like this. Okay? Let me take this out of the way. Do you see these? You're okay? You're able to see them? Okay. So then we go like this. We just mix everything together. You're going to see butter in there. You're going to see some of that Crisco. And so we'll put it here, just like that. And we're going to close it up and put it in the refrigerator for a half hour.
Now we have a question.
Yes.
So Abby wants to know, what kind of food processor do you have?
I have a Ninja. I bought it at Costco. And when you buy it, I mean, if you have Costco membership or Sam's Club or any of those, if you don't need something right away, wait until they put like $40 off, $50 off, and you know we're all on budgets, so that's how we do it. So now it's going to be in the refrigerator for a half hour, and we'll unplug our little machine over here, put it out of the way. So what are we going to do next? Um, what we're going to do is get our blueberries ready. It's very simple. The blueberry pie is really doesn't take a lot of time, but we're going to do things to try to slow down the process a little bit because we need our dough to be in the fridge for a half hour. So here I have a pound of fresh blueberries, and we're going to wash them. I'm not sure if anybody's cooking with us today. And if you are, I don't know if, I mean, I could measure them for you, but as I mentioned before, the 4 cups are 16 ounces. And I know for sure. So there we go. So we're going to wash them here. Sorry, I'm gonna take it down so I don't splash myself too much. And there we go. And I use the organic blueberries. They really give you a little bit better taste than the regular. And here we are. Our blueberries.
Is there a particular brand you like?
And the blueberries, not really. These were from Costco. I also sometimes, if I'm not at Costco, I get the Simple Truth from Kroger because I get coupons sometimes. Sorry, that's hey. This is how you do it. I honestly sometimes every once in a while I get free packages of them. They just put them in the app and you click on it and you get them. And as you know, I get my yogurt has fresh blueberries in it. All right. So anyway, so we're going to do our sauce for the blueberries. So What we're going to start with is we are going to need uh, 2/3 cups of sugar and 7 tablespoons of cornstarch. Any brand works. This is the one I've been using. But during the pandemic, it's whatever was available. Sometimes a lot of the baking stuff was not available out there. So we have 7. We sometimes lose count too if we're talking a lot. And then if you lose count, add. So it's better to have a little more than less. But the really the trick to not to forget, you kind of move them around. So right now I have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And these honestly, they don't have to be like when you're baking cake and things like this, where you need to use a knife or something to make it just even. Plus, a lot of times, even when you go like this, you'll find the cornstarch stuck underneath. So we're done with the cornstarch. Now we're going to put half a teaspoon of cinnamon. There we go. And now we need to mix our dry ingredients. Um, Should I use the big one? Sure. And be careful with the cornstarch. Like when I use a fork, they want to fly out. It's very, very light. And there we go. See how beautiful color, huh? How's everybody doing? Any questions? We're doing good?
No questions right now, we're doing well.
All right, here we go.
But I did add some words of wisdom from Summer. When you're adding to your bowl and you lose count, just add more.
Yes. Exactly, exactly. So now I need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of water. So what I'm going to do here, just to minimize the, so let's do the water first. 1, 2, and I'll get the lemon, fresh lemon, but I'm going to put some gloves on because I'm going to get a little messy in there. And our soccer fans don't confuse messy with messy. um, anyway, so let's now. I know it's a seedless lemon, and so I don't have to worry about the seeds. And if you don't have a seedless lemon and you want to squeeze it in here, I recommend to get one of these. You squeeze it right over it, and the seeds would stick in here. To be honest with you, probably every, and no exaggeration, every Middle Eastern home will have one of these. For the purpose of, at home, a lot of us will make tea from fresh leaves, and then you pour it out and you put it in here. Or if you make a chamomile from fresh dried chamomile, you'll also pour it right in here so it doesn't go right in the tea. But anyway, since this is seedless, I need the 2 tablespoons. Okay, here's 1. And here's 2. Wonderful. This is great. We'll put it back in the fridge. And then I'll just mix it like this. We'll put our liquid in here, and then here we go. We're going to mix it like this with the sugar and the cornstarch. And this is going to be our sauce for our blueberries.
So is there a difference between using fresh lemon versus lemon juice?
Like the bottled lemon, is this what you mean? Not really. It's going to cook, so you're not going to notice it as much. And to be honest with you, for many years, when we first moved from Lebanon, my parents used all the time, we used to buy the bottles of the lemons and use it. There's a little difference in the taste, but at the time, it's more economical and also it's just quicker, easier. It's more economical than buying fresh lemon too. And it lasts. You open it, put it in the fridge, and you buy the bigger bottle. So now here's our liquid, juicy sauce. We're going to add it in our blueberries. Now, if you're not going to use your hand, or if you don't want to get your hands dirty, or you don't want to use a glove, um, you can mix it up. You can mix them with a spoon. But I like to dig in there and make sure I'm not smushing the blueberries, but I am coating every one of the blueberries with our delicious, yummy flavors to get them ready for our pie. Because the blueberries, they're a little tartar, a little but when we bake them with this is all these ingredients uh, will elevate the blueberry flavor. Okay, this is good. Next, I'm going to do our crumbling topping. I could get a new dish, or I could use this one. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This is a little hint. You save dish, it's already there, and you'll see, you'll be fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and risk. So instead of changing the glove, I'm just washing it good with soap and all that. So, because there wasn't a chicken or anything like that, no. All right. So what we need, by the way, this is all from memory. Huh? That's what I'm thinking. Um, I need a quarter cup of flour, quarter cup of butter, and half a cup of flour, quarter cup of sugar, quarter cup of butter. So we are done with our sugar here. So let's put our quarter cup of sugar and get our quarter cup of flour. Half a cup of flour. I keep saying again quarter. That's what happens when you don't write things down. There we go. Here's our half cup of flour. For the butter, I like to use, I like it cold. It's not mandatory like when you do the dough or the crust, but I like it to be cold because it's better when I put it over the pie. So here's what I'm going to do. We'll get our knife again. I have here the quarter cup is ready. And I'm going to also show you a trick that we need to do. I'm bringing my pie dish. By the way, I'm using a 9-inch pie plate. So, and also with the butter, I also divide it into smaller pieces. And if you think you're putting too much butter on top, if you want to put just 2 tablespoons, it's okay. I won't tell anyone. But Anyway, so we have our quarter cup here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little piece. It's part of the quarter cup, but I'm going to coat our plate. I like to coat it with some butter. Um there we go.
Is that a regular pie dish or a deep dish pie?
It is a little deeper. It's not a little shallower. If it's a little shallow, or if you're using an 8 inch, uh, once we have everything in there, I recommend to use a pan under the plate because the blueberry is gonna bubble, so it doesn't overflow and be all over your oven. So anyway, so here we go. We're buttering our plate, and don't be afraid, butter the top. There we go. It's done. Here we can use our, instead of using the knife, I'll use my fingers. Anyway, because I have the gloves on, it's kind of makes it nice. So what we're gonna do here is I'm going to mix the butter with the flour and the sugar. So let's see if I can. So everything is coated, and the butter, all this is going to go on top of the pie. So this is going to be our crumbling topping. All right, so this is good. I think this is really good. Now here's the situation. Our pie crust is hasn't been in the refrigerator for a half hour. So what would you do in the meantime? You have a couple options. If you're not planning to make whipping cream, fresh whipping cream, I would recommend, honestly, I'm not just making it like a joke, but wash the dishes, get them out of your way. By that time, the dough will be ready. Another thing, what we're going to do, we're going to make our fresh whipped cream. So that will give us time for our dough to reach the half hour in the fridge. And by the way, what I've noticed is even around the house in the summer, the refrigerator uh, it still has a little more humidity sometimes. So even if you had it in there for extra 5 minutes or something like that, don't worry. You're not going to hurt the pie crust. Okay, so how do I do the fresh whipped cream? I know you see on TV, they say put, I didn't put them, but put your utensils in the refrigerator, in the freezer, and your thing in the freezer. Really, all that does is just to make it whip faster or become whippy faster. I didn't do it. It's not going to mess up what I'm about to do. Uh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cup of fresh whipped cream. So the cup that I put in here is going to make about 2.5, close to 3 cups of whipped cream. So I'm using heavy whipping cream. Shake it good. Before I do that, let me get our beaters from over here. Yeah, as I said, most of the stuff we didn't get ready because of we were late from work. Oops, my cup here. Now for beating for the whipped cream, you can use whatever you know beater you have. What do you call this one? Hand mixer. There you go. But so, or if you wanted to use the stand mixer, you can do that. You can put them in there and just put the whipping attachment and do that. But, so all I'm going to put in here is the 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we go. All right. Um, so let's start with our heavy whipping cream. I don't put the sugar at the beginning. I wait a little bit before I add it in there.
Do you have a particular vanilla that you like to use?
Yes. Honestly, I even though they say it's okay, but I get non-alcoholic, and this one I'm getting it from Amazon. It's organic, alcoholic-free, natural vanilla. The price is pretty good. If you don't mind, I mean, even organic is good, but I've Simple Truth also had some, but some I wasn't finding it at Amazon. I found it for quite a while. That's what I was buying, but this one is pretty good. Uh, I don't buy the imitation. We used to in the old days. Maybe we didn't know difference back many years ago, but it makes a difference in the flavor. All right, so let's start whipping our whipped cream here. So we're gonna do it in real time. So first you can start slow. Just move it on high and just move it slowly. That's all. There's nothing. It's not difficult at all. You just have to be patient with it. That's all. I use this 4 cup measuring device because it's easy and it doesn't splatter everywhere. And then I can put it in a Pyrex glass container later. And I wait until it's a little bit. It's not very, not until it's later. It's still a little liquidy, but not too wet. Then I add the sugar. The reason to use the powdered sugar because the powdered sugar has cornstarch in there. To be able to keep the whipped cream from just liquefying. You use regular sugar, you have to whip it a lot longer. You could even turn it into butter before it really holds its shape. But you can see how it's increasing in volume. Very nice. Okay, a little more. Yeah, I want to do it enough time so the sugar doesn't. So we don't want to taste any of the cornstarch in the powdered sugar. Usually we can't tell that that's what's in there, but that's what's in there. How's everybody doing? Any questions? Any questions about anything else you might have? Not necessarily just about the blueberry pie. And again, with cooking, you just have to be really just patient with with everything that you're doing. Is you take your time. You think about it in our older days, our the grandmothers and mothers, they uh, they spent hours making a meal and cooking all day and canning and everything else, but they enjoyed it. They just it was their from whether it's they're baking or whether they're cooking. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of this thing is half a tablespoon. So I'm not putting four. 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And again, I'm not like wiping it flat or anything like this. You don't need to. It'll be fine. And then we need the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm really usually I just put in, but I think it'll be nicer to show. So here's the vanilla extract. You wanna smell it? Tell us how it is. We have the audience over here.
Mm. Oh wow,
See?
pretty good.
Yeah. Show our rest of our audience. Please share. And feel free in the future. You remember something else you need to know? Don't hesitate to send me a message. Uh, and also, don't forget to subscribe, share with your family and friends. Subscription is free. And also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also recently started the other forbidden the TikTok, but somebody's buying it. I heard they keep saying they're gonna buy it.
Are you gonna buy it?
Not yet, no. Not yet. But really, even with TikTok, a lot of it is with family and friends, and we share things together. This thing is almost done. So let me see here. I bring it down to one. I lift it slowly and see how it is. If I want to see the peak, it's good. I'll do it one more minute. Give it a simmer touch. We don't want to turn it into butter, but if you put it in the fridge and it becomes a little liquidy on you, all you have to do is just whip it again. It's fine. This is nice. This is very nice. Okay, this is good. See, that's why I like this to do it in this dish because then you take it out slowly and it doesn't go everywhere.
So we have a question.
Yes,
Melissa would like to know, what would you recommend pairing for dinner with your blueberry pie?
for dinner. Well, if you just eat the whole pie, that's all you need. Add vanilla ice cream. Uh, no, really, before that, um, how about some baked chicken? With I have a recipe online with a pan-seared chicken that you can do with a special creamy sauce. So find it online, cook it, and well, first bake your pie, and then cook your chicken. By that time, the pie is getting ready and it's done, and you want it to cool off a little bit because it's going to be liquidy. I know when we start cutting into it, probably it won't be too ready by then. But I'm going to put these here. I'm going to go ahead and just put this like this right now in the refrigerator. Well, we didn't taste it. Should we taste it? I think I should. Okay. All right. Really, I tasted to see if it needs any sugar, but I've done it so many times that I know, you get used to it with things like this. It's not like salt on food where you kind of almost always need to taste. Hmm. Oh yeah, it's not sweet, but you don't taste like you're eating dairy or anything. And that vanilla flavor is just so light, so subtle, but it's so good. I'm thinking of we need to have our. Would you like? We'll taste it later on the pie. I was going to give everybody a little bit. We'll taste it on the. Hmm? Okay, okay. Mainly so we don't bore our audience over here. Okay, so we are ready. Let's do the dishes. It's not my turn today. No. On the serious side, let's get our pie ready. And I didn't use a timer. I didn't use um anything like that right now. You just get into the habit. So how long have we been live right now? Actually, we started about 5 after, 10 after. So it's been very close to a half hour. It's been about 25 minutes, I would think, since we put the pie in the refrigerator.
Live is 45 minutes.
Yeah, but by the time we started later, yep, yep. So we know our pie has been in the refrigerator probably 25 minutes. So, but this is how what I need to do. Uh, that way, so you know, I use the 2.5 gallon jumbo plastic bag. It doesn't matter what brand or anything. They sell out there also like pie shaping. They're not really shaping, but just like a piece of plastic like this, so you can do your flatten your pie and shape your pie crust. But I use this as handy dandy, and there's a little trick thing here. I'm going to move all these things, and I want to clean up here real quick. Again, usually if we weren't live, honestly, we'd clean all this up first before we move on to the next step, which gives us more time for the dough to be in the refrigerator. But we don't want to bore you too much with us today. All right, I hope everybody's enjoying their time. But here's our 2.5 gallon bag. What do? We have a pair of scissors that's only for food related, opening for food related items and things like that. Uh, so what I'm going to do is take out the Ziploc from it, out of it. Oops. Let's do it this way. And you throw that out. And then we take the bag and we cut it from two sides. This is a method I came up with. I never saw anybody do it, to be honest with you. I came up with this like 15 years ago. I've been seriously, and this is like my first pie that I ever baked was a blueberry pie from fresh blueberries from one of our friends' garden when I was in Michigan. So you can imagine how those blueberries tasted. All right, so the question is, do I want to wear gloves or no? I'll put gloves on because I'm going to be handling the dough and everything. So I usually like to. And these black gloves that you see, they're actually a little bit thicker than the regular gloves to handle a little bit more of heat. That's the purpose for these. And actually, those were, yes, I did. Costco has the other ones, the other ones that we also buy those just a regular when we're using fruits and things like that or anything really. Okay, so here. So we have our bag over here. We gotta bring our dough from the refrigerator. It's still not as cold as I'd like it, but it'll be okay. We'll be fine. Here's our beautiful dough from the refrigerator. We'll show you what we're going to do. So what I like to do is first, I flour the plastic on the inside, and we take out.
We have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. So the dough, does it get harder as it gets colder?
Yes.
So is that how you can kind of tell if it's ready, or is it the coldness or is it the firmness?
The firmness. Yep. This is not too bad. It's very close to where I like it. It's very, very close. It just becomes not like too hard to handle, but it just becomes firmer. Yeah. Good question. And then I push it a little bit like this. And then I do a little more over here. There we go. And now we close it. I even sometimes go like this, but even if it sticks to it, you'll see it's fine. And what are we gonna do next? I use a rolling pin, whichever method you like to use, but I use the rolling pin. And like I've mentioned in our videos, is we're it's not like we don't have machines where we can make it precisely into the round and the size and all that. But with the pie crust, that doesn't matter. You'll see. And here, I need to be more to this side here. There we go.
How do we know when to stop rolling?
Okay. What I like about this size bag, it's almost like filling the whole thing. And like you don't want it too thin. Now, right now on the sides, I know I have it a little bit too thin. So what I'm going to do is just go a little bit more. But even when I do that, what I do is I run my hand across it. You'll feel the ridges. So just go like this and flatten them out. So they'll be very close to the same thickness. And I could feel it's a little right now thicker in the middle. And usually if I'm not talking too much, I do it faster too. But here, there we go. This is it. Yes, there you go. It's done.
Melissa would like to know, can you leave the dough overnight?
Yes, you can.
It won't be too hard.
It won't be too, what I would do is then I would take it out a little bit, maybe 20, 15, 20 minutes before. And yeah, just like you can freeze the dough, you take it out and unfreeze it and use it. So we have our precise sizing here. So how do you know is also you can put your plate over it. It's a little bit bigger than the plate. That's you got to the right size. It's a very scientific. All right, here. Hold on. Let's do it right. Okay. All right. As I mentioned, it's good. It's sometimes a good stick on top. So there. Now, how do we do it? I go underneath. I put my hand and all this right under it, and you kind of eyeball, and you lay it into the plate. Voila. In French. And we're going to show you. This is how it's done. This is how the pies that you're seeing coming to work. Like right now, I really should have had it higher, and I mentioned I could feel it. It was a little thinner on this side, and it is. It's not a problem. So what we do, you take from here and you put it here. So just go around and work with it. Just move it and kind of make a ridge on top. Like here, I have a little more too much. I know I need over here. And
How thick do you need it?
okay. I would say about 1/8 of an inch to a quarter, no more. For some reason, if you had a smaller pie plate, and you ended up making it thicker, you'll be fine. It's going to cook and everything. If you really felt like there's too much dough, you take out a smaller pie plate and you make another pie. I've done that because I do have a smaller plate one here that's like to this high. And I had others that borrowed a lot of my plates. Like you go to gatherings and they don't make it back that same day, and I needed to make more for one reason or another. Okay, if you want to shape your pies on the sides, you could. I honestly don't. I don't do that with mine. I just leave it like that. and it's ready. You see, I mean, you could see, some imperfections here and there, but that's okay. Oh, exactly. There you go. Now, you see how that one came out? Again, good, it's colder. But, it was poofy, but it's going to come down after when it starts cooling down, just like the apple pies, all the pies. Uh, there we go. But you could see, look, it's not running. It's solid in there. Beautiful. And it smells really good. So, all right, so let's get to the good part here. We're pretty much done. We're pretty much done baking the pie. Here, what I do is I mix them up again. I mix it because they've been in there for a while. I like to do that. And we just put them in here. It's not like the apples where it takes, the thing is when we make the apple pie, you don't have to worry about the time because it takes time to peel and core the apples. So I do the core and peel and core the apples after I have the dough in the fridge. Now you see how high the blueberries were when they came out from the oven? But in here, look, oh, it looks small. It looks like, oh, it's not going to be good. But no, this is the right size. As I mentioned, if you had the smaller pie plate and you're going to bake it, I would definitely put a pan under it so if it boils over, it's not boiling inside your stove. And now we have our beautiful crumbling topping. Remember, this is sugar, flour, and butter. So you have every piece of butter that's going to have coated with the sugar, coated with the flour. And we put a quarter cup, but think about it, quarter cup for the whole pie here. I know we had more on the inside, but we're eating dessert, right? It has to be tasty. Unless if it makes a difference if you eat the whole pie, then we got a problem. All right, here we go. This is done. So what I'm doing really is just dividing all those pieces of butter and the flour and all that. I do the same thing with the apple pie. With the apple pie, I put a third cup of flour and not half because the blueberries produce more flour. There is also, if somebody doesn't like cornstarch, you could use tapioca or tapioca flour instead of the cornstarch. That will also solidify the blueberries. And I have done it before as well with them. Okay, our pie is ready. That's it. It's ready to go in the oven. You preheat your oven at 375. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. And we're going to bake it for 1 hour. All right. What I want to do is also wipe the outside of the plate real quick.
Why do you do that for?
Just so you'll have like a little bit of drips from the pie, from the blueberry sauce, and it just so it doesn't burn on the glass, and that'll be harder to clean later. Honestly, that's the only reason. There's no other special reason for that. And then I have little pieces of stuff here. So, all right, are we ready? We need to. I would like to show them how high I put it in the oven. It's very important. I'll go ahead and put some gloves on for your safety. Actually, I could just open it and put it in there, but here. All right. So um, the what I have here is just the type of shelving I have. Uh, it's not at the bottom. It's a little higher, but I don't have it right in the middle because if I put it in the middle, it'll be much higher. But because of how the type of this shelf is, it's about 1.5 to 2 inches thick. So I put it here. So now the pie plate is centered and it's in the middle of the oven pretty much. And I have it on convection. If you don't have convection, it's okay. You're uh, you'll do fine. So it's at 375. We're going to bake it for 1 hour, and we'll come back in 1 hour. Let's see. It's been 1 hour, and there you go.
Ta-da!
We traveled in time. It's still hot. It's still hot, but that's okay. It's all right. Should we, before we start cutting here, I know we didn't clean up anything over here. We didn't move anything out of the way. But does anybody have any questions?
No questions at this time, but Cooking with Nor said hi. Cooking with Nor is watching.
Oh, hello, Noor. Thank you for watching. You are ready. The, the camera's crew is ready to taste. There we go. Now, honestly, usually we would want it a little bit cooler because it's still really hot, and I did not make it like I would have had to make it the day before and all that for it to be cool. But it's fine. Okay, they said it's fine. Don't be picky. They said. All right. Should I use the big knife? This one?
Melissa wants to know if she can have a piece.
Of course. Come on over. Is that Melissa? Yeah, have the whole family come over. Tell them just get in the car and fly over. They're down the street.
Oh,
Yeah, they're like 10 minutes away. All right. So let's bring a plate also. Oh, the other ones are used. So look this time. There's this guy. There's this guy. And there's these guys. All right. Are we ready to cut the pie? All right, let's do it. I could feel that crust underneath. I can see it's still warm, so you're going to have some liquids in there because it hasn't solidified yet. But
How long do you
that does
normally
not
bake?
hurt. I really, you need 4 or 5 hours. You need it. Even if you left it overnight, you can warm it up later because everything needs to bond together. You have the cornstarch and all that needs the time to turn the liquid into jelly. Here we go. How's that? Look at that crumbling topping. Beautiful. Here we go. The back wants to fall down. Here you go. I can cut more. How does everybody think? You want to try? No, I was talking to the guests online.
oh, did you invite from Melissa?
They want to do it. We can.
All right, here we go. Try not to make a mess over here. Oh, this is I could just because it's like you're having a blueberry jam in there. It's so good. Look at that, huh? Beautiful. Oops, that's sorry if there are some slices that might look smaller than others, but you can always have more. Don't be shy. I'm not very good with geometry. It is a reality though, because the teacher said he was leaving the country and he didn't when we were in Lebanon. So we didn't learn geometry very well. We kind of taught ourselves. All right. There we go. Are we ready to eat? Let's try to taste. And I don't know if I should have been doing all these dishes. I forgot we're live, and they're probably saying, "Come on, when are you going to eat? When are you going to try?" All right, let's put some fresh whipped cream on here. I like lots of whipped cream. Is this in the way? No? Okay. Mm, this is nice. Wow. This is not an act. This is reality. Wow, wow, wow. I, I can eat. Oh, sorry. Last spoon. Sorry, guys. You have to wait till next time. They say, where are all the other spoons so they can eat? Oops. Mm. Those blueberries are just something else. The way they're in there, honestly, everybody really need to try it. See, it's simple. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but nothing complicated. The pie crust wasn't complicated. Making the jam in there wasn't complicated. I didn't pre-cook it either. You realize that I did not pre-cook any of my ingredients. I like to keep it that way. But honestly, those blueberries, it's not tart, it's not sweet, it's just so flavorful. Everything just marries together so good and so tasty. So, any questions? What would you like? We need let's get the opinion of our guests and audience and the camera crew too. We don't want to forget about the camera crew. Which one would you like?
This one.
This one? Okay. How much whipped cream?
This one.
Just one? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Whoops. There you go. Okay. Don't be shy. Even if it's a smaller piece, we'll put more. There's plenty. Just that one?
Yeah.
Is that good? Would you like more?
Maybe a little.
A little more? Okay, definitely. Yes, I agree. There you go. Here, taste the whipped cream by itself and let me know how it tastes.
Yummy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So good.
Which one would you like? Take that one? Okay. All right. Whipped cream? All right.
Not asking, are you taking so
Oh,
long?
yes. Are you bringing to work tomorrow?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Sorry, that one fell. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, here. You also try the whipped cream by itself if you like whipped cream by itself.
I love it.
To give us your opinion.
So delicious. It's not super sweet.
No, you see how tasty? It's not sweet. It's like something you haven't eaten before. You know, it's like almost honestly every time I make it, it tastes different. Mr. Tansul, would you like a different one, or is this okay? It looks like it like the the,
Perfect.
the back part kind of fell. Whipped cream is okay. Lots of whipped cream. All right.
The pie is so
As long as they eat
Oh,
salad.
yes, right.
Huh?
So good.
As long as it's not a salad.
It's vegan.
I think the homemade crust
Here.
makes a huge
It
difference.
does. If you like to show uh, our friends online, and you can give your testimony. Let them know how you like it. Oh, sorry, I forgot about the napkin.
Hello, everybody.
It's very good.
Yes.
It's really delicious.
Thank you so much, Donna.
Oh no, thank you for coming.
That's amazing.
Really, you don't buy pies like that out there.
Yeah.
And the homemade crust, as you said, makes a big
It makes a huge
difference.
difference.
When you buy those pre-crust, honestly, they taste a little bit cardboardy. Right?
That's true.
That is
Sometimes,
always,
sometimes.
It's always intimidated me to make my own crust. I have never tried it before, but you've inspired me to make
Well,
my own crust.
Yeah, I've been doing my own crust for over 15 years.
Mm,
As I mentioned, my first pie was a blueberry pie.
very
And
good.
you're not even a blueberries make
Oh, organic blueberries really make the difference.
I would like to try the Michigan blueberry.
I agree.
That would be
Oh,
amazing.
it's so awesome. It's so awesome. But this is so good.
It is.
Thank you. Well, Melissa, you're gonna have fun tomorrow.
That crust, it's like you're eating one of those butter cookies.
I think that Crisco makes a big difference too.
It does. It does. Yeah.
You can taste the butter.
Those are good.
Very much so.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Simon.
I learned about the Crisco ironically because then you watch different cooking shows. That's how I started getting inspired by cooking, other than also from my father, where he gave me his own cookbook. Not his own cookbook, but his own recipes with his own handwriting. And that's how I got inspired. Started cooking, watching cooking shows back 15 now, yeah, 15 years ago or so. Even before that, I was cooking, but I wasn't getting into these pies and all that. Then I started making all these different soups, butternut squash soup, and all those, other than the traditional Lebanese dishes type of a thing. I started getting into all those and trying and everything. And I'll tell you, my first pie, when I was baking it, I used tapioca at that time, and I put it. I looked at it, and it looked like it needed a little more. So someone told me put it on top, but we had the just stove, so I thought they meant put it on top. And I burned it.
Oh,
I mean, imagine, put it on top. They meant to put it on the top.
no. Fill it up some more.
Yeah, put on broil. But they told me put it on top. They meant put it on broil
Okay.
a little bit. I told them I think I want the top a little bit more brownish. Yeah, and I said put it on top. So here, that's how we learned. We had fun. Well, obviously, we ate the top without the bottom crust, but it was very tasty.
One other thing I want to say about the crust, it's very delicate. It's just
The texture.
the texture is
Mhm.
very delicate. I
mhm.
absolutely love it. Very
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Um, I think everybody needs to hop to Sugarland tomorrow to try the other pie. This is really good. Well, we'll have 2 or 3 crew members in Katy on Wednesday. That's where I'm going on Wednesday to Katy.
I'll be there too.
But really, that crust
Yeah,
is like a butter cookie.
crust is very good. The whipped cream is not that sweet.
Mm-mm. Are we still here?
Mhm.
Uh, Here we go to celebrate our nurses. To celebrate our nurses. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate your kindness, your support, and you helping people all over the world that are in need of your support and your help. 24 hours a day. I know you do it. Thank you. Any other questions?
Shiny Varghese said, thanks, Sam, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Varghese. Okay. Um, all right. Until next time, don't hesitate. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Subscription is free. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow me there. Don't be shy. Don't worry. I'll post things in different places. I know not everybody uses YouTube, so just follow me there. You'll see my recipes. Excuse me. I've been posting in all those different places as well. Until next time, you take care. Bye bye.